Hey everybody, Scott Matthew here, author of the Nix Your Limits blog, coming at you on Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Man, it's a good day. Hey, so I'm just headed down to the first event that my wife and I are hosting. We're doing a vendor event, a boutique down in my hometown, and so we're headed down there. Well, she's already down there. I had some things I had to take care of, so I'm headed down there later. But it's going to be pretty awesome. We're down in my hometown, and we've invited a lot of awesome stay-at-home moms, a lot of cool talents that they have to be able to show their trade, sell some of their products. And then we also have some independent consultants from some of those network marketing companies. And so we've got a good balance there, and we hope to have a good turnout. We've done a lot of advertising, and we'll see what happens. I'll have to keep you posted on that. We're doing it in my hometown, and this weekend is the opening weekend to the rifle hunt for deer. That's a big deal where I'm from, but what it's been known as down there in my hometown is it's been known as Widow's Weekend, because all the men head off into the mountains, and the wives are there just to fend for themselves, I guess. So they call themselves hunters' widows. So that's what the name of our event is the Widow's Weekend. And so we're pretty excited for that. We're going out on a limb, starting this new venture. We'll see what happens, But hey, the reason I wanted to jump on right now, I wanted to talk a little bit about a recent blog post I just did on the Nix Your Limits blog. The post is called "What You Focus On Multiplies." And that is something that I have just been super passionate about lately, because it seems like it's just been used in completely the wrong way lately, just in society right now. And what we're talking about is that the more you focus on, what you focus on multiplies. So if you focus on the negatives, that multiplies, so all of a sudden that's all you see. Whereas the same thing applies to positives. If you start to focus on positives, you start to find more and more good things, okay? And so I guess the reason why it's been on my mind so much is because of the current presidential race in the United States for 2016. Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. Both very successful in their own careers, right? Hillary has had a lot of political experience in her entire life, even starting when she was just a lawyer. Donald Trump, businessman, well known. His brand is his name, that kind of thing, worldwide. And yet, right now, if you ask anybody about either of them, the only things I have to say are the negatives. And that's a huge problem. I mean, in the media, it's like every single day there's something negative about the candidates. And so that's all that people see. That's all that people see. And I'm not going to go into the presidential debate. Obviously, they've both made mistakes. They've both done some stupid stuff. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about. The point is that we focus on the negatives, so that's multiplied, and that's all we can see. Now, outside of that, the same thing is true in your life, right? If you focus on only the negatives in your job, that's all you're going to see. If you focus on the positives in your spouse, that's what you're going to see. I'm headed down to this event. This is the first time we've ever tried anything like this. And so, it's always risky, and you have that natural excitement. They're like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? If we go into it only focusing on the negatives, then by the time we come out of it, that's all we're gonna see. We're never gonna try it again. So I'm headed down to this event right now, ready to focus on positives. Now, that does not mean that you disregard any mistake that you ever make, right? We got to learn. We got to have a recovery moment where we learn, we internalize the lesson, and then we recommit to go forward stronger. Okay, so obviously we have to learn from our mistakes, but we still got to make sure that we're focusing on the positives so that those can be multiplied in our own minds. Okay, and so think about it. Think about your relationship with your boss, with your spouse, with your job, with your life. Okay, what are you focusing on? Because that's what's multiplying. And if the wrong thing is multiplying, you need to focus on something else. And so that's my advice to you, because when we focus on the negatives, that puts limits on us. When we focus on the positives, it removes those limits, and we can keep going to higher and better things. So nix your limits, focus on the positives, and you'll never know where you're going to end up, okay? You'll never know where you're going to end up. This event could turn into a huge thing for us, or it could turn into something else after we network with a certain individual, okay? Whatever it is, be great, okay? Make your own greatness, nix your limits, focus on the positives. You never know what's going to happen. Have a good weekend, everybody. See ya.